Scott Summers, the boy with laser eyes, optic blasts, heat vision even, who was raised by an ideologue to lead a team of child soldiers whose dad abandoned him to bang cat ladies in space in a pirate ship with a talking fly. Now that is some substantial childhood trauma. You know, Scott Summers, he's been through a lot, but you know what? It's still no excuse, because out of every single one of the X-Men, Scott Summers is a fucking dick. Hi, I'm Dan Umpton, and this is the Doomcast. Scott Summers married a goblin clone of his longtime girlfriend, a girlfriend whom he trauma bonded with by being forced to fight giant robots and Holocaust survivors turned revolutionaries, but be that as it may, he forgot her and married a sexy clone because the clone looked like a hotter version of her, and almost immediately got that clone pregnant. And while she was pregnant in France, he just left her there and didn't even call her once. But when the baby was born, it got infected with a virus from the future, so he just threw his kid in a time portal and hoped for the best. Anyway, when people were just like, hey, you need to raise your fucking kid, Scott, he was like, oh, okay, and he took his wife, the right one this time, to the future, and he pretended to be some jerk named Slim, and then his kid comes back and he's like this old, grizzled, bristling with guns dude, still infected. Great parenting, Dick. Oh, I forgot. One time he quit the X-Men, but when he was going through his quarter-life crisis because he was becoming a parent, he decided that he wanted his old job back, leading the X-Men. Did he apply for the job? No. He decided he would fight a black immigrant woman who had fucking earned the position, Storm, who had just recently been depowered. So with no mutant powers, he just started shooting her with optic blasts. She still fucking won. Real Dan Crenshaw energy there, Dick. It's funny on two levels. Because of his eye. And racism. Oh, also, the optic blasts, yes, that's what they are. They're not heat vision, heat beams, lasers, or other shit. They're optic blasts. They're not even supposed to be hot, even though Gail Simone has pointed out multiple times that they're instances of him being depicted as melting things with the beams. I digress. They're concussive blasts, so like just force beams, I guess, and the only reason that he can't control them is, as a grown-ass man, is that he hasn't dealt with his trauma appropriately, so he has to wear a ruby quartz visor just to see anything. Dude, get into therapy. Also, before any of this, before the Phoenix Force or any of that shit, he took Jean to a club, got sidetracked watching Dazzler for the first time, then Jean got pulled into a weird romance with Jason Wingard, the creepiest Lestat-looking ponytail asshat motherfucker, very self-aware, jerk in the Hellfire Club. And it almost got her and Storm killed. Also, if you think I'm going to apologize for the Dan Crenshaw joke, suck both of my dicks. Gerrymandered ass district. Later, Apocalypse had a plan to possess his son from an alternate universe, Nate Gray, X-Man, after stealing power from 12 particular mutants. What was Cyclops' genius plan? He let himself get possessed by Apocalypse instead. Which, great. Good job. But upon his resurrection, he does what any other reasonable man would do, which is start a weird telepathic affair with Emma Frost for some reason. And while Jean telepathically walks in on them telepathically boning, the affair continues in one form or another for 12 more published years, in cases where Jean was back and also wasn't. Then he died, and Alex, his brother, ended up her drooling puppet. What a fucking dick. Then in Avengers vs. X-Men, he actually invited the Phoenix Force back to Earth and split it between himself and 4 other mutants. That's like Jason Todd going out to dinner and ordering a crowbar. Crowbars? Crowbars for the table? For everybody? Would you have a crowbar? Anyway, the costume decide went hard at least, but damn, bad ideas on bad ideas for him, because it ended up going full Dark Phoenix and killing Professor X. So now Logan and Scott both share quarters with Jean, and so they're apparently all cool with their mutual sexual tension, I guess, but that doesn't change the fact that in Dawn of X, Cyclops straight up ordered Wolverine to go on a suicide mission. Well, he himself, but Wolverine first. And he knew it, and he also wasn't 100% sure that they were going to get resurrected. So now there's just a hunk of adamantium orbiting the sun with Wolverine's DNA in it, I presume. They haven't really addressed it. Still, dick. So now his son, Cable, you know, the one that he had with the Goblin Queen, the one that he sent to the future and screwed up completely, he's a teenager now, and he got someone to fight with a cool sword called the Light of Galador on behalf of Krakoa, and suddenly Scott is like, actually, you should maybe let me go and do this for you, trying to steal Cable's thunder, probably because he's secretly jealous of the fact that Cable is banging all of the Stepford Cuckoos, one especially, which seems to somehow turn Emma Frost on in a very weird way. So yeah, from his girlfriend, to his friends, to his kids, to the adopted dad that he once burnt to death with Phoenix Fire, now that is real heat vision, Scott Summers is a dick.